Race to the Top is an opportunity for the state of California to share in over $4 billion in federal education grants that could make a significant difference for our students and for our schools, especially given the budgetary shortfall that we face in the state of California. California's share is up to potentially $700 million. I want to give you a little bit of background and information regarding the process. California did not qualify for round one of Race to the Top, finishing 27th out of 41 states that applied. The state learned after round one that the second application needed to be much more specific, and therefore the application, as currently represented by the Memorandum of Understanding, includes a detailed plan for reform and a plan as well for implementation. California also learned that there were critical elements that were missing from its application that would have significantly improved our chances. Plans such as implementing science, technology, engineering, or mathematics, referred to as STEM. Using multiple forms of information, both quantitatively and qualitatively, to measure principal and teacher evaluation as well as student achievement. These changes are reflected in the Round 2 Memorandum of Understanding. For Round 2, California decided to take a different approach. The first approach, developed by the California Department of Education, didn't come very close. So for Round 2, the state has asked school districts, working partners, to come together and to develop, working with the State Department of Education, a Memorandum of Understanding, which is reflected in your packets. Round 2 applications are due from the states to the federal government on June 1st, 2010. And the team working on the California application anticipates that states will be invited to the Round 2 notifications in July. Finalists will present their applications in Washington. The week of August 9th, winners will be announced. Final applications will be reviewed during that week of August 9th, with finalists notified and winners in late August and early September. Only those local educational agencies, school districts, that sign the MOU will be eligible to receive funding if California is successful. Now, some have characterized the reforms that are noted in the Memorandum of Understanding as sweeping changes. But in truth, this plan provides a great opportunity to do the job that our parents and our community expect us to do when they send their children to our schools. High-quality assessments linked to high-quality standards. Ensuring that our schools are led by high-quality and effective principals, and that every one of our classrooms is led by a high-quality and an effective teacher. These were issues that our parents and that our community spoke to when they answered our surveys back in January and in February, focusing again on ensuring that quality assessments are used, that there's time for planning, for aligning assessments, for looking at student work, and for using data. These are all things that we would expect of all of our schools. The fact is, these ideas can be developed, and they should be developed, and they will be developed collectively with our community, with all in our community, and they're long overdue. In this time of great fiscal challenge, crisis, with no end in sight, we should be looking at all possible revenue sources that will help our kids and our schools. One important aspect of this Memorandum of Understanding that I want to point out is under Section 5. In the second paragraph, and I'll read, it states, "Nothing in this Memorandum of Understanding shall be construed to alter or otherwise affect the rights, remedies, and procedures afforded school or school district employees under federal, state, or local laws, or under the terms of collective bargaining agreements. That means that this memorandum of understanding is still subject to collective bargaining at the local level. Nothing can happen without it being bargained, without it being agreed upon at the local level. Also, I want to stress that federal funds will not replace state funds, and it should be noted that this money won't solve our long-term financial problems. Race to the Top was deliberately designed to provide funding for systemic changes at the local level, rather than provide funding for the same system as it currently exists. Specifically, the state's plans calls for an evaluation system for teachers and principals that will be developed with and by teachers and principals over a 13-month period, using both quantitative and qualitative measures. In fact, much of the qualitative work needs to focus on what is good teaching, what is good practice, and what is effective student learning that can be replicated and can be supported through ongoing work and development. The work focuses on supporting teachers and focuses on supporting principals towards ensuring the goal of children learning.